sebenarnya mostly daripada kembali lagi bersama saya. Okey, tadi kita dah rekod apa ni? Lawak ni tadi kan? Lawak. Okay guys, Assalamualaikum dan selamat malam. So, hari ni bersama saya lagi Arif MK Channel, Mahawangsa 66 dan juga
Hello
Hissing Reptile. So, ini malam kedua Vimo hepingan kita dekat sini. Ada apa-apa nak kat Vimo?
Kita tengok apa dia punya outcome. Excited pula.
So, tadi kita dah heping belah sana, cuma saya tak rekod lah. Kita bagi Mahawangsa dengan Hissing Reptile. So, untuk untuk pot yang belah sini kita buat dengan Arif MK Channel pula. So apa-apa nantikan. Bye.
Ya, ni tak ada value lah. Macam mana nak buat video ni?
Rekod ni tengah rekod dah. Azam kat sini ambil daripada depan Vimo. Vimo kat depan Vimo.
Okay, I found another interesting species of snake. The world's longest python, the reticulated python. As for now, this snake python, I think has just taken his meal and he's staying put at one place. And this is a typical characteristic of pythons, where they stay still in one place, waiting for their prey to pass by, and then bam, they strike the prey. They coil around until the prey suffocates and die. And then they swallow their prey whole. When agitated, when you disturb a python, they can be extremely defensive. This guy over here can grow huge, so I don't want to disturb him because I think he just had his meal. So we just take video from far. And the defensive form, they has a lot of form. First, they will try to slither away and they're very fast. Doesn't matter the size, they're quite fast. And then second thing is, even if that doesn't work, they'll try to release some kind of what do you call that? Some kind of solution,
Mask.
you know. Yeah, it's mask.
What?
It's quite smelly.
Apa dia?
And that's
Crate.
to deter prey. Oh, apa dia?
Malayan crate. Tapi dia bergerak. Boleh tengok jap kot. Jangan kacau. Kalau kacau lari. Okay. Guys, so Ayub dah jumpa crate kat belakang sana. Nanti kita sambung, kita settlekan ni dulu.
Okay, so yeah, that's a typical defensive form of this reticulated python. They can grow huge up to berapa meter?
Yang dalam rekod 32 kaki.
32 feet. That is quite huge.
Dekat zoo kat London kalau tak silap lah.
Yeah.
Okay Vimo, so ramai orang salah sangka yang ni dengan boa sama. Tapi sebenarnya dia berbeza kan. Cuba kau cerita sikit.
Bahasa Melayu ke bahasa Inggeris? Okay, the difference between...
Kau tak faham ke? Ajar lah.
Okay, the difference between python and boa is very simple. Pythons are not true constrictors, but boa are true constrictors. And boa it cannot be found in Asia. What's the meaning of true constrictor is that boa when they coil around prey, they truly constrict around their prey and then they swallow the prey in constrict position. Whereas python doesn't swallow that way. They only coil around the prey to suffocate their prey until the prey dies and then they swallow the prey whole. So it's not necessary for a python to actually coil around the prey until they swallow the prey whole. Boas are not like that. They will coil around the prey until they swallow the entire prey into their body fully. That's why boa are called true constrictors. The only difference between that. And then physically, the appearance and stuff also you can differentiate between python and boas also lah.
By size lah. So,
by size.
Size boa lagi besar, python longest.
Yes, and then another fun fact is the largest snake in the world is anaconda, and that's a boa species. The longest snake in the world is python, the reticulated python, and that's a python species.
So tak apa kot, komonnya ni.
Okay,
so,
jom.
Jom. Kita
we have another interesting snake
terus
to show.
Jangan stop. Jom, terus.
Continue.
So ni akan jumpa di tengah. Reticulated mana? Yang sini ada. Macam payah nak ke sana. Aizam boleh tolong.
Lawa, cantik tu.
I can.
Oh, I can.
Now, go.
Nampak I can hilang.
Dari bawah dia gerak atas.
Dia masuk dalam tu kot, masuk semak tu.
Okay, so ni
Tapi kau boleh sini susah itu. Nak rekod kat situ susah tu.
I can now.
Boleh Azam.
Malaysia. Oi.
Oh, lubang. Tengok rupa melecetttt. Nampak?
Sakit.
Lubang. Kita cuba keluarkan dia untuk buat video. Alah, dia masuk lubang. Ada lubang lain.
Yang sorry ya.
Tak apa.
Sorry ya. I not can ah.
No can.
Kenapa dia masuk lubang ke?
Ada lubang lain. Tak empat. Tak depan ada lagi tu.
Tadi kau main dulu lepak kat Vimo ah.
So, jom.
Sambung.
Alamak. Okay.
Okay guys, so kita jalan sini lebih kurang 10 minit Okay, 10 minit and then kita jumpa reticulated python belah sana. Tapi saya tak bercakap lah, kita suruh Vimo, kita bully dia. Datang daripada jauh kan, buat kerja sikit. So kita jumpa retic kat belah sana. Tak jauh daripada situ, belah sana tu Ayub jumpa apa ni? melecetttt. So tapi melecetttt tu terlepas, tak sempat nak kejar sebab kita busy buat video retic tu kan. So sekarang ni kita akan ke depan lagi dan kita tengoklah apa yang kita ada kat sana. Harap-harap benda best. Macam mana Vimo? Best?
Best.
Tapi sayang crate tak dapat.
Melain crate tak ada rezeki lagi lah. Tak apa.
Banyak lagi ni depan ni.
Positive vibe.
Tapi tempat ni antara tempat yang best lah sebenarnya. So guys, nanti kita sambung balik. Kita jalan ni.
Okay, so we found another beautiful specimen of lizard, the Bell's anglehead lizard. Okay, how do you differentiate this between the greater anglehead lizard? It's very simple. Males have this thing, the skin flaps, either blue in color or purple in color. So that's how you differentiate between this and a great anglehead lizard. Great anglehead lizard is totally different in color, but this one is totally different in color. Another good fun fact about this lizard is look at the eyes. If you see the iris drop down low, you can see blue color hue of the eyes, and the males has this kind of spike. Female doesn't have the skin flaps. During the mating season, you can see the skin's even more deep color, deep purple color or deep blue in color. It depends also on the locality. And they basically feed on insects. That's their main diet. And during the night, they sleep on the tree and they're active during the day, which means they are diurnal. This guy is quite rare. You can't really find them everywhere. It's not a common species and it's quite angry because I disturb him.
Try.
No.
Ini tak sakit macam serius.
Ini tak sakit lah.
Tak sakit macam gecko.
Sakit.
Tak. Kalau Vimo tak try, bila lagi Vimo nak rasa. Vimo datang dari jauh. Tolonglah untuk ijab Vimo. Untuk ijab
Tadi
boleh kan.
Tadi berang rancang macam ni, sekarang berang rancang macam ni. Aduh.
Ijab.
Hang pegang.
Sebab ni, ini sebab dia awal-awal tadi Vimo dah.
Jangan bagi kat bulu. Tak nampak.
Bagi kat jari.
Jari.
Ni bahagian sini tak ada bulu.
Dah. Vimo lah letak, janganlah anda lekat.
Okey.
Okey lah.
Ni Vimo nak test. Test bike.
Kita tengok
Gigi dia tajam oh.
Tak ada lah.
Sakit lah.
Satu.
Dia silap dia gigit dia tak nampak.
Sebab lama ni orang tunggu. Satu, dua, tiga.
Sakit.
Aduh. Nak bagi gigit Vimo, dia gigit jam.
Aduh, lagi sengaja.
Oh, sakit. Oh, dia sakit. Jangan sakit. Aduh, dia pusing. Aduh. Koyak Vimo. Koyak. Dah. Okey.
So, jom kita lepas. Bye. Lang. Laju ke nak? Tetap pokok dia. Sini.
Gempur bersama.
Naik ah. Oh, tengok Vimo. Lepas dia gigit jam, tu dia ada rasa kasih sayang. Dia nak naik pokok pun dia rasa sayang dekat jam tu. Sanggup tak nak naik. Koyak Vimo. Jangan main lah.
Sama lah kes macam tadi dengan Smithy tu kan.
Alah, je Smithy 2 kali. Ini 2 kali. Mana boleh 4 kali.
Itulah ranca kan. Memang nak kena gigit. Kena lah 2 kali.
Memang kali jam 4 kali. Nanti 2 ini 2 tak habis lah.
Aduh. I'm so excited.
Nyala ni.
Yang mana? Mana? Tak.
Aku rasa tak rekod tadi.
Tapi dengar kan?
Tak tahu lah. Ada?
Ada.
Okey, jom. Yang tu lah. Melengkrit. Tak apa, jom. Okey.
Guys, I'm super excited. This is one of my favorite snake. The twin bar tree snake. Oh my god, this is one of my dream snake. Betul-betul lawa. They are so pretty. Okay, this species is a flying snake actually. And they are extremely fast and they mainly feed on geckos. And they are diurnal and they are arboreal species. Arboreal meaning where they only live on the trees and they are only active during the day, which means they are diurnal. And these species are pretty fast. They don't stand or stay in a stagnant place for prey to come over for them to strike. Instead, when they see their prey, they will chase their prey and they are very fast. But when a predator tries to attack them, they can glide from tree to tree, no matter how far the distance is. But actually, when they glide from this tree to that tree, they will flatten their body, which creates like a parachute kind of form, and they will go in an S-shaped motion towards another tree, and that's how they glide, and that's how the name comes from, the flying tree snake. But this, why they call it twin bar, is because of the pattern. You see this, how beautiful it is. That's why they call it the twin bar, because it has double line with red patterns on their body. And these guys are actually mildly venomous, but the venom has no effect on humans, only on their prey.
But in medical, we use non-venomous.
Non-venomous, yeah. But actually they do contain venom, but only effects to the prey. But when it comes to medical term, they are still considered as non-venomous. This is one of my favorite species of snake. And
So far as I know, we have about 3 species.
Yeah, 3 subspecies of this species. They are named as Chrysophilia, and this one is Chrysophilia peleas. And there's another 2 more, which is a golden tree snake, the Ornata, and also the paradise tree snake, the Paradisi. Oh my god.
So how about diet?
Yeah, they normally feed on geckos like lizard. Just now we saw the bell anglehead lizard, but the baby types and also like the bent-toed geckos
And the Fusca.
Yeah, Fusca.
The blue one.
Yeah, the earless agamid.
Yeah.
Because the small size, that's what they can eat actually. But they can actually grow big. This snake even tends to eat other snake if they are in larger size, you know. And if you can see the abdomen is actually rough at the side here for them to grip. So they can even go straight on a slippery, on flat surface, on slippery walls. They can easily just slither up around. And their defense form is, if they are threatened, they will try to bite, and if still that doesn't work, they will create a mask, and that's actually quite smelly. And you know, maybe that's just to warn off predators. But the main ultimate defense form is the gliding. That's where the name comes from actually.
So ni dalam genus Chrysophilia, dia adalah spesies yang paling kecil lah.
The smallest. This is the smallest flying snake. Another one more thing is, if they are agitated, which means if they're trying to attack you, they will expand their body, revealing the blue and white stripe at within the scales of their body, within the skin. But I think this guy, due to the night time, he's sleeping, right? So he's not that aggressive, but he's still moving quite actively. Weh, serious ah? Excited doa aku.
So, aku rasa ni kau first time jumpa. Okay, so memang luck dia datang sini. Aku rasa mostly semua first time untuk kau kat sini.
This is one of my dream snake. I've never encountered this snake in jungle before. I've always been looking for this snake in the jungle, and today I think it's my lucky day. Okay, nah, go handle lah.
Handle lah, tak nak, aku takut. Nanti kena gigit.
What?
So macam saya kata tadi, ini adalah paling kecil. So dia boleh panjang lebih kurang 1 ke 2 kaki. By the way, untuk Paradisi dia boleh pergi ke 3 kaki, dan untuk Ornata dia boleh pergi ke 4 ke 5 kaki. So Ornata adalah spesies paling besar lah daripada jenis Chrysophilia ni.
And then one more thing is, they actually do lay eggs. Certain species of snake, they actually give birth, where they call it as oviviparous. Yeah, and so this one lay eggs. So when they lay eggs, they can lay up to 9 to 12 eggs. at a time. Incubation period takes around 60 to 90 days depending on the temperature of the surrounding.
Tapi yang ni kalau tak silap aku lebih kurang sebulan ke sebulan setengah je.
So that means 30 to 45
So
days.
untuk ular kecil dia lagi singkat dia punya tarikh untuk menetas.
And then they normally lay their eggs in 3 holes where it's dampened tree, like broken trees or anything, right? And they will go lay inside there with all the husk together. And that's how
Aku dengan
they
Aizam
incubate
pernah
the
jumpa dia bertelur dalam lubang dekat buluh.
Buluh?
Buluh tu lubang dia bertelur dalam tu. Ya.
Okay, so my friend over here says that the snake also lays the egg in bamboo holes. So korang memang pernah jumpa lah banyak kali?
Kita berapa kali Aizam? 2, 3. 2 je.
Kali juga lah.
Oh, ini memang idaman.
Ini dalam jenis Chrysophilia ni paling susah jumpa.
One of the rarest to find in Chrysophilia genus.
Untuk saya sendiri 6 tahun herping, ini kali ketiga. So bukan senang-senang nak jumpa dia.
Aku 3 tahun herping ni baru first time.
Bayangkan betul susahnya. Dia tak macam Paradisi dengan Onata. Onata tu boleh kata 2 minggu 3 minggu boleh jumpa sekali lah.
Checklist completed. One of my dream snake. And now we're going to continue with our checklist to find more snakes. And let's see what's the outcome going to be like. Oh my god. Woohoo. Okay, yang lepas balik.
Aku rasa letak balik pokok yang sama. Nanti nak buat video yang tu.
Okay, boleh.
Okay, so
Okay guys,
nanti kita
so
jumpa
we're going to
lagi.
release a snake.
By the way, tak boleh ambil gambar. Saya tak bawa bag. Kita datang semua mata nak herping eh. Okay.
Malah aku nak duduk macam ni.
Okay guys, so kita dah keluar daripada hutan tadi. And then masa kita jalan keluar ni, kita jumpa salah satu spesies ular kapak yang kita ada kat Malaysia. Antara spesies yang bahaya lah. Kalau kat Malaysia, kalau kau tahu, ni nombor 1 kes untuk snake bite. By viper, dia nombor 1.
The highest case for venomous snake upon snake bite is the one that we're going to talk about right now. It's the Malayan pit viper.
Kalau selasma rhodostoma.
Yeah, they are highly venomous and highly defensive, and I can also say they are highly aggressive. And their venom is not a playful thing; it's an immediate thing once you get bitten. Yeah, fatality
teruk lah.
fatality rate is quite high upon the snake bite. So it's not a species that we're supposed to mess around. And we are here just to share knowledge about it because we actually encountered the species. So the basic thing about Malayan pit viper is that this species of snake is actually terrestrial, which means they only live on the ground and they don't move much around. They just stay at one place and wait for the prey. But when you go and disturb the snake in defense form, the snake can be extremely defensive. For example, when you try to provoke the snake, what they will do is they will jump twice the size of their body just to strike and attack you. They will not give any warning or no any other warning signs to keep away from them, you know.
Dia tak macam cobra. Cobra kita kacau, dia akan huding lah, hudung. Maknanya dia bagi tahu lah kau jangan datang dekat. But untuk Malayan pit viper tak ada.
Yeah, so that's the issue with this Malayan pit viper, which they doesn't give any warning, and then that's the reason why the case of people getting bitten by the snake is very high. And plus their venom is quite strong that it can immediately take effect and it dissolves tissue. So it's not a joke mess around the species. And another thing about the species is when they are on the ground, they are 100% camouflaged with all the dry leaves, unless you spot them on roads or any on like stone place, and then you can easily spot them. But once you place them on dry leaves or you see them on dry leaf, you can never immediately spot them.
That's why lah banyak orang kena.
Yes,
Mostly apa ni lah, kebun lah.
You know the people who actually goes to the rubber plantation, the one who works in rubber plantation, high case of getting bitten by the snake. So and then normally they feed on rodents. Yeah, rodents. Mostly they feed on rodents. Rarely they eat on birds. Yeah, also frogs. They eat frog because they're terrestrial species, right? So they feed on what moves on the ground, and they can strike multiple times, and they are extremely fast on striking.
Okay, cuba engkau terangkan kenapa dipanggil ular kapak bodoh.
Okay,
Ular kapak bodoh or ular kapak malas.
why they call it ular kapak bodoh, which in Malay means stupid pit viper. Sorry to say about that, but that's the term that
we use
our
in
people,
Malay.
Yeah, our people call it. They call it that way is because the snake only stays in one place. It doesn't move at all, no matter what happens.
Even kita kacau.
Yeah. Even if it's a earthquake or no matter what, even if like lorry or anything is moving around, it's still not going to move. It's just going to stay in one place unless you provoke the snake.
Tapi still, dia lepas dia strike, dia stay.
Yeah,
Dia tak
it doesn't
lari.
move much. It doesn't move much. Just that the strike is twice the body length, and then you come back to the original place. It doesn't move much, which can be considered one of the lazy snake lah. Yeah.
So that's why nama dia ular kapak bodoh ataupun ular kapak malas.
Betul.
Stupid or lazy.
Stupid or lazy pit viper. But this species is quite dangerous and they are quite famous in Malaysia. No, I don't. Yeah, in Malaysia.
Tapi kita boleh jumpa juga dekat Indonesia, Thailand.
Yes. So, but this species only can be found in certain region of, specifically, let's talk about Malaysia. They can only be found in certain region of Malaysia. For example, the northern side. But since now due to overexploitation, the snake is everywhere in Malaysia. Can be found even in deep forest. Normally, the snake is not meant to be found in deep forest. They are towards all this plantation, like the oil palm, rubber plantation.
Ni, kalau kau ingat dekat area rumah kau.
There's one thing about the snake. They're actually not meant to be in deep forest, as I say, right? There was once an incident where we actually went for hiking and people lodged a complaint saying that they found the snake in hiking trail, which is no sense at all for the snake to be there.
So bayangkan, sepatutnya dia ada dekat utara ataupun sebahagian daripada Kelantan, tapi kita pernah jumpa dekat Bukit Sagar.
Bukit Sagar. Seras.
Ampang.
So tak masuk akal lah.
So maybe orang tangkap bela, bosan lepas.
That's the thing we say. Never risk anything that you don't know, and what is dangerous, please don't try to attempt or try to do anything with the snake. Just admire them from far, study about them, and then just leave them in peace. It's better for you and also for the snake. That's a gentle advice that I can give to you guys. And another simple advice is, no matter what kind of species of snake, if you are a beginner or you're an experienced handler, just don't try to handle anything.
Yeah, betul.
Yeah, it's the best thing for you people.
So Bimo, apa kata kau describe kan macam mana rupa dia?
Okay, for the Malayan pit viper, simple. They are actually brown in color, just look like dry leaf. You see these leaves? They're exactly this color, but they have triangular shape.
By the way, sekarang ni kita jumpa atas jalan raya. So kita akan letak video atas jalan raya dan kita akan cuba ubah dekat daun-daun mati kat belakang ni lah.
To differentiate.
Sebab selalu dia duduk atas jalan raya ni sebab dia nak haba. Tapi kita akan ubah dia atas daun ni untuk kita tengok macam mana ni nak cakap.
Macam mana differentiate lah. To differentiate between.
Tapi memang susah.
Yeah. Because we want to show you people, because this case is quite high, right? So we want to educate you on if the snake is on the road, how obvious you can see the snake, and when it's placed on the dry leaf, it is totally camouflaged. Can you spot the snake? We want to show you that. So we have to handle the snake in we are experienced handlers, so we need to handle the snake. Show you guys. So basically you can identify the snake with triangular head, thin body, not as thick as you think, thin body, triangular peach colored patterns on the body, with dry brown color like the dry leaves color. We'll show you guys.
Kalau aku panggil dia butterfly pattern.
Yeah, butterfly. Can also say that thing because basically in the triangular shape, like the diamond shape, you know, like that. And they lay eggs. They don't give birth like other pit vipers. They lay eggs and they will guard their egg until the egg hatch.
So untuk saiz yang kita jumpa ni tak besar mana pun, lebih kurang dalam 2 jari ada. 2 jari ke 3 jari.
2 finger size.
Tapi dia boleh, kalau betina, dia boleh bertelur lebih kurang, kalau untuk saiz ni dia boleh bertelur lebih kurang 20 ke 30 biji. So memang banyak ah.
Yeah. So another one more time I remind you guys, both of us reminding you guys, please don't try to provoke or please don't try to attempt to handle the snake without any expert handlers. So let's have a look at the snake. Semua tengah rekod je kan? Senang.
Akhirnya, wahai kawanku.
Hari ni tidur, bangun tengah hari.
Kau jangan buat.
Helping tak jadi.
Helping tak jadi.
Sengaja buat.
Hari ni kita buat plan apa? Hari ni kita buat plan, helping tak jadi.
So guys, untuk saya, untuk RFMK channel lah, so kita dah stop untuk malam ni. Sekarang lebih kurang jam 3 suku. Lama lah, kita keluar tadi pukul 8.
Pukul 8.
Kita pergi hopping dekat agak jauh. And then kita datang ke tempat pot biasa kita ni, dengan Vimo. So Vimo, apa kau rasa?
Pacak banyak lah.
Hopping kat Kedah. Tak nak kena pacak di rumah.
Adalah,
okay.
Saja je. Tapi
So,
memang pacak banyak.
Okay. So itu saja untuk hari ini. Jangan lupa like, subscribe dan share RFMK channel Mahawangsa 66 dan juga Fishing Reptile.
Yes.
So kita jumpa lagi selepas ni, ataupun kita boleh teruskan dengan Vimo punya video lah, sebab kita akan terus hopping lagi. Saya tak boleh nak teruskan sebab bateri saya dah last. Ini memang last ni, rekod ni habis. So jom kita sambung hopping lah untuk Fishing Reptile. Jom.
So jangan lupa like, comment, subscribe dan share. Okay, see you guys. Jom, tolong jam. Asal. Aduh. Ya, aku tolong lah.
Tak payah. Ejam ke belakang sombong.